favor of this government doing whatever it takes to win this war.
It's not a war. Wars have opposing sides.
Humanity is the opposing side. We are engaged in nothing less than a life and death struggle against our own extinction.
We are so happy you all joined us tonight for a family dinner.
What is going on?
We've decided to enlist.
Okay, hi guys. Thanks very much for speaking to me. I appreciate the time.
Of course.
Thanks for having us.
So first of all, congratulations on the movie. I've watched it twice today because it's I love it. It's one of those that I just had to rewatch it straight afterwards because it's one of those films that you see all these kind of the relations and you want to go back and see how the relation changed from the beginning to the end the second time. Yeah, and probably a third and a fourth. I can't wait to see it again. Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's super.
So first of all, Caitlin, I wanted to speak to you first. Is it true that the film debuts for the first time at Calgary? Is that right? It's not. You haven't been to a festival with it yet. Is that right?
we're not doing a festival. Timing wise, with the strikes and everything, this just didn't really land for us in terms of the timing that we wanted. So, the premiere is actually on Wednesday in Toronto. This Wednesday, and then I go to Calgary for the Calgary Underground Film Festival shortly after.
So not to be that guy like Jay says in the film. What are your hopes and fears about this? Because I know that you were quite concerned about being the third Cronenberg, not to direct a feature. So what are kind of your hopes and your fears? I don't want to talk too much about the fears, but obviously I imagine there's something going on in there, no?
I think most of my fears came before we finished the film, before I've been getting response to the film. As I went through the process of making it, I really just realized that I'm a completely different artist from the other filmmaking members of my family, and leaning into that has kind of taken all the fear away. I think there will be people who feel disappointed that this film isn't more similar to their work, but that isn't that's not my journey, and that's not the artist that I am. And my hope is that people just enjoy it. I just want that's its goal. The goal is to be an enjoyable, entertaining film. I think it is, and I can't wait for.
Yeah, I've watched it twice. That's proof is in the pudding.
Exactly.
So if that helps you a little bit for the premiere, yeah.
As actually, thank you.
Brilliant. So the first thing I want to talk about is the actual script, because I think that you've known the script writer for a long time because you took photographs to promote his first film. Is that right?
Yeah, I was sent to his house to do a portrait of him. My very first job as a photographer. We met there, and he had a lot of DVDs on his shelf, and one of the DVDs that he had was Veronica Mars, and I didn't know a lot of people who loved Veronica Mars the way that I did, and so we bonded and we became friends. And then years later, I did unit stills on a film of his featuring Enrico Colantoni, who we both loved from Veronica Mars, and now is in our film that we just made together.
He's an absolute blast in the film. He's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a masterclass in deadpan comedy. He's brilliant in it. Yeah.
I'm so glad you love that, because we love him. But yeah, it was that's how Michael and I first met. And then he sent me the script out of the blue with the headline of the email being, "Have you ever thought about directing a feature?" And that's
why I'm curious. Yeah, I read that. I was like, what was it about you that why? I mean, because I think he directed stuff before, obviously. What was it about this script that he came to you directly?
I mean, he's done a lot of documentary stuff and writing and producing, but I don't think he directed like a feature of this nature. Right. But for him, I think, I mean, I only know this because I heard him say it in an interview this morning, that he thought of me because of just the dark tone, with the undercurrents of comedy. He and I have very similar senses of humor, but wanting it to be visually led, and him knowing that I have kids and that would feel very, very anxious about the state of the world.
Yeah. I mean, the script, to me, it sounds like he was in a very, he was not a very happy chap. He's not very happy with kind of the state of things going on now. So was a script that he sent you pretty much as it is in the film? Because it's pretty out there. It's pretty pissed off with the world in every sense of the word.
I mean, the original version was a lot lighter, actually, in tone. It had more direct comedy, more versions. There were lots of versions with more jokes, more reprieve from the darkness. And he says he put those in because he's a scaredy cat. And Michael will not be, I would say this to his face, he's an incredibly neurotic person. And the fact that, every day he would send me another article about the icebergs melting and the forest fires and say, look, see, it's our movie's coming to life. So he also has, 3 siblings and had an interesting upbringing with his family dynamic. So I think a lot of that was what kind of inspired him to write it. But he will tell you that he first wrote a line on his phone in 2015 that said, family dinner where father says he's going to kill himself or something. It was an early draft was that, and then he wrote it in 2019 before the pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Something that you kind of touch on is social media in the film, and I was quite curious that I read that Emily, I think Caitlin slid into your DMs on Instagram or something like that, and that was how you actually ended up in the film, no?
I think she just texted me, or maybe, yeah, we're old friends, and
Right.
and yeah, she texted me and said, will you be in my movie? And I right away said yes, and thank God the script was amazing. And then when I read it, I immediately thought of Jay, because we've known each other for a very long time, have worked together a lot, and have never played siblings, which is to me what we were made for. And so yeah, it just was a no-brainer to me.
So you suggested Jay, or was Jay already involved before?
Can't remember.
It was both. Jay was already on our list of people, and like he was number 1 on the list of people we wanted for the Jared role. And I think we were just chatting about it. I think
Yeah, and I was like, I'm gonna text him right now. He has to.
Yeah, you said, who have you thought about? And we both were like, who would be great for this? And then having M also put pressure on Jay to read it faster was great.
No, but it works. The sibling rivalry. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to give too much away, but you're both kind of on one side of the family, and then the others are they're going in a different direction. It just worked really, really, really well. I imagine a lot of that came because you'd known each other for years, and obviously you thought straight away of Jay when you're reading the script. No.
Yeah, having that shorthand with somebody too, knowing that you're just so comfortable with somebody that you can be mean to them and humiliate yourself and do all those things that especially in this movie, they all regress to being kids again. And if you can have your kid self with somebody, which is what I very much feel like with Jay too, Jay who only eats off the kids menu, it just makes your job easier. Even also with Mia, the girl who plays my daughter, had played my daughter in something else, and I was like, she's amazing, and I don't have to create this whole new mother-daughter relationship. So basically it all comes from laziness.
Emily cast the whole movie, and I just went with whoever Emily chose.
Mia's fantastic. I mean, she shares most of her time with Bob character. And those are some of the funniest moments in the whole movie. They're just fantastic. Well, funniest, and also kind of the most cutting, no? In terms of social commentary.
Yeah, she's incredible, Serena. She's incredible.
So, Jay, obviously you've directed a couple of movies yourself as well. Most recently, you did Landmarks of Violence.
Yep.
Did you kind of forget about that and not kind of help in any way, Caitlin, with it being a directorial debut?
Did
you kind of stay away because it was her first? You didn't want to kind of interfere at all?
No, listen, and I don't want to be one more person kind of telling her how to do what she's doing, right? And
yeah, not telling her how to do, but kind of
no, of course. And so I was doubly sensitive, I guess, is because if you're the first timer at something, or if you feel under the weather, everybody will impart all of their things to all of their tricks. Oh, you know what I do? I just take a bit of this, a bit of oregano, and but if it's the first time on, it's like this, that, and the other. You got to make sure you do this and own it. So I just didn't want to step on her, but I wanted to be there to help however I could. And, there are times when, she's been a set photographer for years. So her she's trained herself to stay out of everybody's way and to be a wallflower and to not be noticed on set. And now she has to like hold court and everybody has to get to listen to her. And she's also respectful of all these people because they've made more movies than she has. And so I could see her just like there were times where I'd be like, I'd have to sort of raise my voice and be like, the director's talking, everybody listen to her, and or just come over and let her know, like, you don't have to listen to anybody's advice, mine included. And if you don't have to give anybody another take, me included. Like if the movie is there in your head, you're the fucking boss. And so I just wanted to remind her because like, you know, she's got great people skills and she wants to get along with everybody. And that's an amazing benefit. And it's paramount for a director to be able to be somebody that people like. But I also just wanted to, just be there to be like, tell her it's okay to sometimes put your elbows up once in a while on stuff, you know?
And you would have a huge help then, obviously, yeah. Helps you to feel a lot more relaxed now.
Yeah, I think, you know, as Jay said, I'm the one who's made the fewest movies of everybody on set. You know, all of my actors, even, you know, Serena, who's, I don't know, 2 decades younger than me, has made more movies than I have. Or, you know, I'm the new girl in town. And so feeling like I was protected. Oh my God. Okay.
That happens to me sometimes too. And I'm like, what did I do?
I felt very well protected by Jay and by Emily, and felt that I, you know, had an opportunity to learn so much from them. And you want seasoned actors to teach you, but they teach me in a very organic and lovely and thoughtful way, rather than saying, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, I know what I'm doing. That was never the vibe. The vibe was always, you know, I really like doing things this way. Someone else might like doing things this way. And then I just get to learn. This is all coming from someone who was sent to the guidance counselor because I refused to do a monologue in grade 7 English because I was so shy that I had a panic attack. So, you know, for me coming onto a set as a very anxious and shy person, and, you know, commanding the room, this is all news to me. I'm not the kind of person who has a loud voice. I feel more confident now stepping onto the next set that I'm on, and I felt more confident every day, more confident than the day before. But so much of that has to do with the people who I surrounded myself with, and Jay and Emily were incredible anchors for me and very, very generous.
But to give you the credit you deserve, you had it out of the gate. Like I remember on the drive home in the van, Jay and I on the first day were like, she's great because she's a friend. And imagine you work with your friend and then they're not great as a director.
Yeah.
And she was amazing. And also, I like that Caitlin has her own way of commanding the room. She doesn't need to raise her voice. And didn't have to overcompensate and pretend she knew everything, which I think is just a great working environment with a first-time director who doesn't try to be anything but where they're at. And you were great. You didn't need any help. So.
And then at the same time, I'm really curious about how you kind of created the comedy in the film, because it's, like I said before, it's very, very deadpan, but it works every time. It's just so well done. Was that all in the script, or did you? And then you said that you were shy, but did you kind of explain or give them kind of tips or other films to watch to kind of get that style of comedy just right?
Definitely no. I mean, my job was loving the script and then bringing on a cast who could execute it. The comedy I leave to the experts. I have a sense of humor that I think translates into this movie, but there's no need to interject with comedy with Jay and Emily. It all came out very naturally. Obviously, the words as written in the script, they were there, but the performances that they put behind the words, they stepped into the characters and made them who they were, as deadpan, as funny, as serious, as emotional, the entire spectrum of the characters. They came alive immediately. And direction is direction, but the trust that I put into their performances was, I never had to worry about anything.
Giving me the wrap. So just to finish off, then obviously the comedy for me, I felt like the comedy was what makes you stand out from the other Cronenbergs. It's something unique to you, and I think you should really lean into that more because it just worked so well. So congratulations on that. Just to finish off, then obviously I can't not talk about the violence at the end of the film. I don't want to give anything away, but obviously you had to film everything in this place called, what was it called? The Castle of, I can't remember the name of it now.
Grayskull.
Castle of Ravenscliff's Avenue, no?
Yeah.
So I mean, how could you get so violent, knowing that you're either going to have to clean it all up or you're going to have to make sure you didn't break anything in the process?
We took
That can't have
everything
been an easy task. You took everything out now.
out of the house. Everything that was in the house, we were allowed to break and get blood on. We had an incredible prop weapon maker as well, who made the prop weapons, and they looked so real and so fantastic.
That was fun. Yeah. Sorry.
It really is, you put down a tarp when you need to, and I don't know, the blood.
Go for it. Yeah.
We didn't wreck the house, right? We got our security back.
Well, listen, they give me the wrap. So listen, congratulations again on the movie. It's fantastic. Hope to watch it again sometime soon. I hope to be able to speak to you all again soon. Maybe another directorial feature. Okay, then that'd be fantastic. Right. Yeah, fingers crossed. Right. All right, all the best. Thanks very much. Take care, guys. Nice to see you.
What are they still doing in the house?
Based on my experience in similar situations, I want to say, killing one another. You think I'm the bad guy, but I'm doing important work to save the planet.
We can get through this, but we have to stick together.
It's been a hell of a night, huh?